Next month is the 20th anniversary of the attack on 9/11 on the World Trade Center in New York. It took me 20 years to write this poem. It's not my whole story. It's not the only story. It's just one of many stories. Not proud of all of it. There were a lot of heroes on that day that weren't able to tell their own story, but it's just another piece of the puzzle. It's just another piece of the puzzle that helps, explain, how things fit together in this friggin' world. So next door, far away. Damn, I forgot to bring a book, said the prisoner entering his cell in the Frank Collin cartoon from the December 25th, 2000 New Yorker I had taped to the desktop on my desktop. And it's what I muttered gruffly as the emergency door clamped shut, having every intention of sneaking off for a latte at the Starbucks by J&R, where I had spent many lunches safely watching Reverend Al lead days of rage against New York's finest, until I joined a gathering on Vesey Street, craning their necks at the North Tower. We thought it was a bomb. Like invisible guerrilla test subjects, most of us never saw the second plane, just sharp splinters of orange fire expelled through the skin of steel and glass, and the debris cloud mushrooming as we ran to the Bell Atlantic building, where none were let in, but none repelled from cowering against the wall, particles pelting the sidewalk shed. For many years, I thought my brain was playing the scene to me in slow-mo, until I realized I was next door on the map, but parabolically far away on the ground. Faith is irrational, and on the street, a few floors don't seem to matter much over 90 stories high in the sky. Thus, a gritty New York optimism prevailed, and the mantra, "They'll put that out," rippled among the stunned but hopeful, until, like popcorn in the microwave, the first so sudden no one was certain, but then it was plainly people, airborne. I found my eyes, anticipated jumpers. Sorry. That's when I turned and skulked away, never looking back. My greatest shame, not helping anyone but myself. Power walking to Midtown, waiting against breaking waves of faces, news radio blaring outside bodegas, sidewalk life otherwise barely affected, ignorance, anger, or callous distance, girl hissing, they got what they deserved, suits with dusty shoes on every corner, queuing for buses and payphones, hands in trousers fishing for nickels or searching sweaty wallets for calling cards, and slamming handsets down when manic conversations disconnect. I'm thirsty, but I don't buy coffee or cola, worried I might have nowhere good to pee. The first sign of civilization, free ferries and no one cutting, thousands willingly shepherded by a few fearless finger-pointing ushers, chatting up line neighbors at the pier, a cloudless sky and U2's Beautiful Day looping an earworm in my mind, bootleg Napster file on a disk in my office, which mid-river I realize no longer exists. Schlepping to the train in Hoboken, where wine-sipping yuppies give no shits, slumped in shock like Jimmy on the 515. A kind woman offers me her cell. Dialing, I notice the power symbol go to red. Before being cleared for work, theoretically, having no real workplace, required to gather with a group of ghosts, wearing masks of colleagues I once knew. Scanning flat faces and soulless eyes, I wasn't foolish enough to believe I could be the only human-looking survivor. That's when I knew my wife woke up to that blank slate every morning. And I finally allowed myself to cry. The counselor told us PTSD is real, but my sister, who sat vigil for strangers, told me I should just get over it because I wasn't wearing a toe tag. Finding my way back after a year, my old bus, nothing the same but sleepers, lurching awake near the tunnel exit. Ground Zero, dystopian, exhausted. Emotionless drones plodding to jobs. Body-shamed buildings on Liberty, shrouded in Berkelining screens, vacant. Then 26 Federal Plaza, to sit on a panel, remembering the first class I ever taught, Young me losing GSA's key in the elevator, but now forgetting every word of my script. So I speak extemporaneously about how you can compute contingencies, but you can't predict performance under pressure. Just like me reading this fucking poem. The honor of entering the 9/11 museum a week before the official opening. Not feeling much when viewing objects, but swiping tissues when voices play. In the room where the murderers passed airport security ad nauseum on video, and their names are afforded wall space, a stone-faced visitor echoed my thoughts, defiantly. They have no right to be here. Long have I yearned to feel forgiveness, philosophically believing retribution and vengeance were another's prerogative. But after preying on it 20 years, I'll always hate their fucking guts.